Hey, welcome everybody. This is I think it's Wednesday. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. Typically we do this at 6, but I didn't get home till a little while ago. Had to make some dinner. Actually had to reheat some stuff, feed the dog, so I moved it up to now 6:30. So we're gonna run from 6:30 till 8 o'clock. Brother Paul is going through some family matters, so please pray for him. I don't think he'll be here today. He might be listening. Larry, I don't know if he's going to be here, so I might be going solo, but that's okay. So, anyway, before I get started, I am going to go ahead and play an extremely very short intro. Hit it. Hey, I did say it was going to be short. All righty, let's get this started. I think we left off on chapter 40. I know we read verse 5, but I'm going to read it again because, as you recall, we had my Muslim buddy from Clubhouse, and that kind of slowed things down, but that's okay. It was kind of fun, so not a big deal. All right, so let's get started. Where is my Quran? All right, let's go over here. Okay, verse number 5. Before them, the people of Noah and the parties after them denied, and every nation plotted with their messengers to take him and dispute with vanity to refute the truth by it. So I seized them. So how was my punishment? I mean, how do we know how the punishment was that Allah dished out to the people that came after Noah? And I recall I had asked Zamzam why 5 says that every nation plotted with their messengers, but then the Quran says that every nation or every city or whatever, or every group of people, they get a messenger that comes from them speaking their language. Uh, don't think we got a good answer from Bubza. I know he tried to say, well, messengers are prophets, but not every prophet is a messenger. And then I read to him verse 381, which basically says the prophets come first. They bring their book, they bring their wisdom. Then the messenger comes later, confirming what was before them. So it would make no sense for Muhammad to be a messenger and a prophet because he would then be confirming himself. That's like you robbed a bank, but you're going to be your own eyewitness. I'm pretty sure you're not going to say, yeah, Your Honor, I sure robbed a bank. All right, let's go to number 6. I'm going to have to go back and forth to see if there's anybody in the backstage. Yeah, Mo is name dropping Noah. Yeah. And Andrew, it was funny that I accidentally came upon that not only did Allah drown the people who didn't follow Noah, but he also drowns believers right along with them. I thought that was kind of interesting. Okay, number 6. And likewise, the word of your Lord established over those who became infidels, that they are the companions of fire. Okay, those who carry the throne, those who carry the throne, and all those around it praise with their Lord's praise, and they believe in Him, and they ask forgiveness for those who believed. So you know that if Allah has a throne that's carried by, my understanding, it's 8 angels. That means Allah can't be a spirit. He's got a physical body because you need a rear end to sit on a throne. Our Lord surrounds everything in mercy and knowledge. So forgive to those who repent and follow your way and guard them from the torment of hell. Why does it seem like I read this before, but I hope I'm not repeating this chapter. It would really suck. Anybody still in here or what? Oops. Hold on a second. I forgot I left my clubhouse on. Our Lord, admit them into Eden's garden, which you promised them, and who reformed of their fathers and their wives and their offspring. Hold on a second. I'm confused now. I could have sworn. Does this sound familiar, Andrew? Because it sounds like I repeated all of this before. Hey, Sam. Hey, DeCaffer.
Hey guys.
I am so confused where I left off. I looked at the video, but all this sounds the same. But then again, that's the Quran for you. So I guess I guess the second time is the charm. Okay. Our Lord, and admit them to the gardens which you promised them, and who reformed their fathers and their wives and their offspring. Surely you are the deer and the wise. Oh, man, I always keep seeing the deer with headlights. And guard them from the evils. And whoever guards the evils on that day, so indeed you have the mercy on him. And that is the great triumph. Okay, wait a minute. I'm confused. You have the mercy on him? Who's that? Is this Muhammad saying that Allah has the mercy on him? Who's him? And guard them, that's a plural. And then we go to a singular. But hey, it's a great triumph. Let's carry on. Surely those who became infidels will be announced. Okay, what does that mean? Announced, is Allah going to be playing a trumpet? Doo, 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 doo. We're announcing the infidels going in the hill right now.
Haram is music. Come on.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
I mean, music is haram. Yeah. My English is getting verse and verse by reading the Quran with you.
yeah, but Sam, here's the problem. If musical instruments are haram, and we know that the bell is an instrument of Satan, but yet we're told that the most difficult revelations came as ringing bells. You starting to put two and two? I think Allah or Jibril was Satan. And come on, how silly are you to believe that the man heard ringing bells? And that's revelation. Where can we see any prophet getting revelation as ringing bells? Okay, the wrath of Allah is bigger than your wrath to yourselves. Well, I mean, I would hope so. He is supposed to be God with the little G. When you are called to the faith, so you become infidels. Oh man, I mean, as a non-native English speaker, this really messes with my brain. So forgive me, guys, if after I finish the Quran, I start speaking and writing like Allah, it's Allah's fault. All right, verse 11. They said, our lords, you have put us to death twice, and you have raised us to life twice. So we confessed our sins. So is there a way to escape? Okay. Okay, so wait a minute. You put us to death twice. How's that? Okay, you're born, you die, supposedly you get raised on the day of judgment, and then you either go to the brothel or you go to hell. So what is this? Allah puts you to death twice and then raises you up to life twice. It doesn't make absolutely no sense. But that's okay. No wonder people are trying to escape. That is because when Allah alone was called on, you became infidels. Oh, wait a minute. So you see what happens when you call on Allah by himself and you don't call on Allah with partners. You become infidels. And if there was a partner with him, you believe. I believe what? So the judgment is to Allah, the high, the big. Ooh, I'm going to change my name to the high and the big. He is who shows you his signs and sends down provisions from the heavens. And no one
Well,
remembers it
what was
except
he?
the
Was
wicked.
Allah Hebrew Israelite? High, the most big?
I mean, Allah, who knows, man? Who knows? Hey, little dear, welcome to the show. If you want to come up, I'm pretty sure I put the link up there. Oh, that was just you in the background. Okay. Yeah, I mean, who knows? And apparently, the only ones that remember Allah are the ones who turn. Hmm. So call on Allah, devote it and the religion to Him, even if the infidels hate it. Man, I swear I read this stupid chapter on Monday. The highest in degrees, the possessor of the throne, he casts the spirit by his command on whom he wills of his servants, so that he may warn them of the encounter day. Well, we don't know what this encounter day is. A day they will go forth. Nothing about them will be hidden from Allah. To whom is the kingdom today? Hold on a second. Let me go up here. No, that's the right one. HM. Okay. Okay, here's the dominator.
Why does that sound like an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie?
I know.
I am Allah, the one, the dominator.
Why does it sound like I read this stupid chapter on Monday? Oh man, but I looked at my video and this is where I left off. Unless the previous chapter, well, they all sound the same. Where did I leave off? The highest degree is a possessor of the throne. He casts his spirit. Now, is he casting his spirit or is he casting Jibreel? Because Muslims tell you his spirit, the spirit is Jibreel. He casts the spirit by his command on whom he wills of his servants, so that he may warn them of the encounter day. A day they will go forth, nothing about them will be hidden from Allah. Yeah, I repeated that crap. To whom the kingdom is today, to Allah the One, the Dominator. I'm going to change that to the Terminator.
No,
Today,
you have to read it like Arnold Schwarzenegger in an Arnold Schwarzenegger voice.
I'll be back. Yeah, I can't do a real good Arnold
I
Schwarzenegger.
am Allah, the one, the dominator.
I shall be back. Today, every soul will be rewarded for what it earned. There is no justice today. Oh, bad day. Surely Allah is swift in the reckoning and warns them of the judgment day when the hearts will come up to their throats, holding in sorrow. The unjust do not have any hammam or ancestor or intercessor who will be obeyed. He knows the deceit of the eyes and the chest hides. Yeah, I read this damn chapter, but I'm going to read it again. May have to delete this video and we'll see. And Allah will judge the truth, and those who call on other than Him, those will be, those will judge nothing. Surely Allah is the hearing and the seeing. I swear, Allah's got an ego problem. I mean, somebody's always patting that guy on the back. Or have they not walked on the earth? So where are they supposed to walk, Allah? Do you have people on Mars? So they see how the end was for those who were before them. Now, if this is referring to Muhammad or Allah, somebody is telling Muhammad this. Why is Allah saying, or do they see how the end was for those who were before them? Nobody is able to see how it was. I can read about it. It's called history. But why does he keep asking people, hey, have you seen what happened to the people before you? No, I haven't. Allah, you're an idiot. They were stronger than them in power and the traces they left on the earth. So Allah sees them with their sins. And it was not for them to have a protector from Allah. Okay. This is because their messengers were coming to them with proof, so they became infidels. I mean, come on, Allah, you had 124,000 messengers. Your proofs were like lackluster or something. So Allah sees them. Did he squeeze them like Jibreel? Surely he is strong, severe to punishment. Ooh, I got a feeling that Allah is a weightlifter. He lifts some weights. Feel free to chime in. Little dear sister, if you want to come up, let me post the link again. I mean, I have room for 6. Okay, if she comes up, somebody please let me know. If you come in, just please either put on the chat that you're backstage or do on the private chat, and somebody can pick it up because I happen to be on a different screen. Let me get back to my screen. Oh, the story of Moses is copied from the Bible and corrupted once again. Notice that the killing of the male children of Israel now occurs when Moses was elderly rather than he was a baby. Who is the mysterious Egyptian believer? Who knows? And indeed, we sent Moses with our signs and with manifest authority to Pharaoh and Hammam and Quran. Now, is this a different Quran and not the Quran?
Isn't it Kurun? Kurun?
Qurun. Qurun. So they said, a lying sorcerer. So when he came to them with the truth from us, they said, kill the sons of those who believed with him and keep their women alive. Yeah, big boo boo, big boo boo. That didn't happen. But the schemes of the infidels were nothing except an error. I think I'd be a good voiceover. And Pharaoh said, let me alone, that I may kill Moses. What the hell? Let me? Shouldn't it be leave me alone? Okay, Shakespeare got nothing on this guy. That I may kill Moses and let him call on his Lord. Surely I fear that he may change your religion or that he causes vandalism to appear on the earth. Okay. This guy likes vandals. And Moses said, surely I take refuge with my Lord and your Lord from every proud who does not believe in the reckoning day. And a believing man.
Wait. That didn't make any sense. From from every proud,
Hey,
like,
this is
isn't there a word missing there?
of course, but this is the Quran. This is the miraculous miracle, the Quran.
Let's just read that again. And Moses said, "Surely I take refuge with my Lord and your Lord." Wait, what? So there's two lords from every proud what?
I should be a proud person, or from every proud people. Yeah, this is Allah in his magnificent. Now Muslims will use the excuse, well, you got to read it in Arabic. Well, Osama happens to be a native Arabic speaker, and he's actually being nice because if you actually read the word for word, let's say you take a lexicon. Well, I guess you could go to corpusquran.com and you go word for word and you try to make sense of this crap. I'm telling you, you're going to lose your hair. All right. Okay, but here's a kicker. And a believing man from the family of Pharaoh who was hiding his faith said, will you kill a man because he is saying, my Lord is Allah? Well, wait a minute. Have you ever seen Moses say, my Lord is Allah? I mean, Moses said, surely I take refuge with my Lord and your Lord. I don't see Moses saying, I take refuge with my Lord Allah and your Lord. That would make sense. And who is this mysterious guy from the family of Pharaoh? I don't recall Pharaoh having somebody who was a closet believer. Okay. And indeed, he came to you with the proofs from your Lord. And if he is a liar, so his lie is against him. And if he is truthful, some of what he promises will fall on you. I don't know. What did Moses promise? That would befall or fall on Pharaoh. Surely Allah will not guide he who is extravagant. Elijah, oh my people, the kingdom is yours today. Okay, who's talking? Whose kingdom? Pharaoh's kingdom? Allah's kingdom? Is this Moses speaking? You are okay. This is not in the Arabic, but I'm going to go ahead and read it because it would make sense. Oh my Lord, the
Yeah,
people.
so I had a question about that. So is that Osama's bracket to try to make sense of it, or
Yeah, he's kind of doing the same thing that you know Sahi International does.
hmm,
So anytime you see anything in brackets or parentheses, it's not in the Arabic. It's just put there to make some sense because otherwise, I believe they would say, see, and this is the other thing that I hate. A lot of these verses are not separate verses. It's one continuous sentence. So when you see, sometimes you see a period, it's not really a period. And I hope you don't hear my dog in the background. You are the ones. Okay, so let's see. Oh my people, the kingdom is yours today. Okay, yeah, I guess it wouldn't make sense. You are the ones who appeared on the earth. Okay, what about the other people? Didn't they also appear on the earth?
so without the brackets, it would be you, oh my people, the kingdoms is yours today, appeared on the earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes uh, yeah.
You know what?
You know, like Allah should go to
Yeah.
grammar school.
Let me just take a look at a place where I go to Islam Awakened. Okay, okay, this is chapter 40. What is that verse, Sam? 40 verse what?
29.
All right, 29. Let's see what the word for word says. Please don't bug me or I have to lock you up, girl. Oh, people. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, this is the word for word using Islam Awakened. Oh, my people, for you is the kingdom today, dominant in the land. But who will help us from the punishment of Allah if it came to us? Said Faran. Not I show you except what I see, and not I guide you except to the path right. Oh, wait a minute. That doesn't sound like what I read here. Okay. All my people, the kingdom is yours today. You are the ones who appeared on the earth. So who will help? So who will help from the torment of Allah if it comes to us? Okay, shouldn't it be who will help you? Hold on a second. I gotta lock up my dog. Hold on a second. I apologize. And here's Leia. No, 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 no. We're not doing this, baby. We're not
So,
doing it.
so who let the dogs out?
Yeah, I know it's because I'm late. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. Sorry I had to lock my dog up because when you weigh about 150 pounds, you get what you want. So, okay, where did I leave off? By the way, welcome.
If you have an extra Quran for her to chew on, maybe that will calm down.
Well, I only have one physical Quran. The other 39 are PDF. So I guess I could waste paper and print it. She does a good job on chewing the wood. So who will help the torment? Okay, Pharaoh said, I will not let you see except what I see, and I will not guide you except to the right way. Okay, why is Pharaoh talking about guiding Moses to the right way? Pharaoh's starting to sound like Allah. And the one who believed said, we still don't know who this person that's in the house of Pharaoh who's a believer in Allah. Oh my people. Oh, now he's saying, oh my, looks like we got three prophets here. We got Moses, Aaron, and some guy here. And the one who believed said, oh my people, surely I fear for you like the party's day. What? Does that make sense? What is this guy saying? Surely I fear for you like the party's day. Are we having a party that Allah didn't invite me in? Like the habit of the people of Noah and Ad and Thamud and those who came after them. And Allah does not desire injustice to his servants. So Allah, why did you kill your servants when you flooded the people of Noah? Makes absolutely no sense. Hey, Marion, Insane Dwayne, that's a good name. Please feel free to chime in, even if it slows us down, not a problem. And oh, my people, surely I fear. Okay. Oh, okay. And oh, my people, surely I fear for you the summoning resurrection day. Okay. Osama threw that sucker in there too. A day you will turn your back, retreating. You will not have any defender against Allah, because Allah is almighty. No, that's me. I threw that in. And whomever Allah leads astray, so he does not have a guide. Okay, so why do Muslims do dawah? Clearly, if we're not Muslim, it's because Allah has led us astray, and Allah says he does not have a guide. So that means there is no Muslim who can guide me, because Allah has decided that what I'm doing is what I'm supposed to do. So Muslims, don't blame me, blame Allah. And indeed, Joseph brought to you the proofs before. But whoa, wait a minute. We were reading about Moses. And then he jumped to Noah and Ad and Thamud. But okay. Alrighty. Okay. How did Joseph get in here? I mean, Joseph has his own chapter, which was chapter 12, and that was 28 chapters ago. But he popped up again. He made a cameo. And indeed, Joseph brought to you the proofs before. So you are still in doubt from what he brought you, until when he perished. You said, Allah will not send a messenger after him. Okay. Likewise, Allah leads astray who is extravagant and a doubter. 35. Those who dispute in the verses of Allah without authority, he gave them. But those who dispute in the verses of Allah without authority, he gave them. Does that make sense? Okay. Bigger wrath is with Allah and with those who believed. So, whoa, wait a minute. Does that mean that if you're a believer, you're going to get a bigger wrath? Likewise, Allah seals on the heart of every proud, powerful what? You know, Sam, Allah has a habit of ending sentences that are not complete.
I noticed that. I mean, this is his final words, right? So maybe he should have chosen them more carefully.
Now, are we to assume that these are also in Allah's tablet in heaven? So his tablets contains all the mistakes that we see here?
If this is Allah's words in heaven, I'd rather go to hell.
What do you mean? You don't want to get 72 virgins and all that other good stuff that you can't do here?
Like if his 72 virgins are as poorly constructed as his Quran, we're in trouble.
I mean, they are
crazy. It's crazy how it says the progressive revelation, but it just doesn't match at all the Old Testament or the New in any way, whether literary, grammatical, or anything.
And then, see, here's the funny thing. And Pharaoh said, "Oh, Haman, build for me a tower. Perhaps I may reach the ways of the heavens. So I will look on the God of Moses and surely I will think that he is a liar. I don't recall Egyptians building towers. You?
Not just that. Jay Smith pointed out that Haman and Babylon were completely two different times and areas.
Yeah.
If you remember Jay Smith's
Yeah.
big video on all the sources of the Quran.
Yeah, I think a Muslim tried to say that he was wrong in some scripts or something, but we know that the Egyptians didn't build towers. They built pyramids. They built cities. Towers? I don't know, but that's okay. And surely I think that he is a liar. And likewise, Pharaoh's evil work had been beautified to him. Okay. And he prevented others from the way. Okay. And the plot of Pharaoh was nothing except destruction. And he that believed said, again, this is a mysterious believer from the house of Pharaoh. Now we have no clue who he is. Oh, well, we got to assume it's a he. Could be a she, but who knows? Oh, my people, follow me. I will guide you the way of guidance. Oh, we got a problem here. We got a serious problem here, Allah. I thought Moses and Aaron were the ones who guided the people of Egypt. I'm sorry, the Israelites.
So it doesn't say that he's going to guide them in the right way. Just he's going to guide them in the way of guidance, meaning they'll be teachers, of that way, but who knows if they're going to be on that way.
But who gave them the power to guide? I thought that was the job of a messenger / prophet / apostle / warner / hey, whatever you want to be. Because he keeps saying, oh, my people. So that Allah sent 3 messengers, one that was hidden in the closets, that lived in the palace with the Pharaoh. I mean, this makes no sense. Oh, my people, surely this world's life is only enjoyment. And surely the hereafter is the home that will last. Okay. Whoever did evil, so he will not be rewarded except like it. Okay. Okay. All right. So you steal a bank, you're going to be rewarded with a bank? Is that what I was trying to say? Excuse me. And whoever did good deed. See, Allah goes from singular to plural. It's always good deeds, but sometimes it's a good deed. So can I get away with just one good deed? Sometimes he says he created the heavens and the earth, but then he only refers to one heaven. Okay. Whoever did the evil, so he will not be rewarded except like it. Okay, so if you did evil, you're going to be rewarded with evil. And whoever did good deeds, that's poor grammar, whether he be male or female, while he is a believer. Okay, Allah, you're talking about a male or a female. This should be while they are a believer. I got to correct Allah. So those will enter the garden. Now, does that make more sense since he's referring to whether they're male or female?
No, in no way does anything make sense.
Oh, okay. So I'm not losing it. Okay.
I actually get lost very often when we do this series.
Oh, you know what happens?
Can I just point out? It says they will be provided in it without accounting. So he fired his accountants.
I swear, if you read the Quran for a while, you start to see words that are not there, and your mind tries to correct the errors while you're reading. So if I read some stuff that's not in there, that's my mind trying to say, why are you torturing me? Okay, so Sam already read the part that says they will be provided in it without accounting. So nobody's going to account for anything. Okay. And again, we have this mysterious prophet. Oh, my people, how is it that I called you to the deliverance and you called me to the fire? Wait a minute. Is this guy confused with Abraham? The one that Muslims claim was thrown into the fire. What the hell is he talking here? You call me to become an infidel in Allah and to have partners with him, of whom I have no knowledge. And I invite you to the dear, the forgiving. Now, does anybody know who the hell this person is? Because he seems to be important.
No, but I'm interested in this sentence here. Like, you call me to become an infidel in Allah and to have partners with him, of whom I have no knowledge. Is he talking about Allah or the partners?
I have no idea.
And when it says, I invite you to the dare, is the dare like the partners to Allah? Like, I'm confused here.
Could the deer also be
Maybe
plural?
maybe he was talking about our friend, the little deer.
Kind of sounds plural too.
I mean, shouldn't it say, and I invite you to Allah, the forgiving, but I invite you to the deer? I swear, every time I hear that word deer, I'm thinking of a deer with two E's.
Yeah, me too.
I'm like, ah. The one thing that Paul says is that whoever wrote this, they had a very limited vocabulary, which might explain the repetition. Because I guarantee you, this book is probably 50% shorter. One day, if I'm really, 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 really bored, I might just turn this into a Word document and just start deleting everything that's repeated to see what it looks like. All right, 43. No doubt what you call me has no claim in the world or in the hereafter, and that our return is to Allah. Okay, what do they call him? And that the extravagance are the companions of the fire. All right, Sam, don't be extravagant, or you know where you're going. So you will remember what I am saying to you, and I confide my affair to Allah. Surely Allah is the seer of the servants. Okay. 45. So Allah protected him from the evil deceptions that they had and evil torments inflicted the people of Pharaoh. All right, what torments? Okay. The fire they are exposed to it morning and evening, and a day the hour will rise. Enter the family of Pharaoh to the severest torment. Anybody understand that crap?
I'm baffled at how badly written this sentence is. The fire they are exposed to it morning and evening, and a day the hour will rise. Like what?
Now we have an Arabic speaker here, so if Leah has some time and she wants to read the Arabic for verse 46 and see if it makes sense in Arabic, because maybe Osama, he just was hitting the sauce too much there. But can you read that the Arabic, Leah, and see if that makes sense to you?
I think Leah dropped off.
Well, she dropped
I
out.
don't know if she's in the chat, but
I just saw her drop out as I switched screens. Okay, if she comes back, because that makes no sense. And what is this? So the fire they are exposed to it morning and evening. Okay, the fire they are exposed to. Okay, enter the family of Pharaoh to the severest torment. Okay, and when they dispute in the fire, so the weak will say to those who are proud. Okay, surely we were followers of you. So you will therefore relieve us from a portion of the fire. I think somebody has taken okay, you take my place now for a couple hours and then I'll be back. Those proud ones said, surely we are all in it. Surely Allah indeed judged between the servants. Does she come back? No. All right, 49. And those who are in the fire said to the keepers of hell. So Hell's got keepers. Call your Lord so that he will lighten the torment for us for one day. They said, did not your messengers come to you with the proofs? Man, they all talked at the same time. They said, yes. They said, so call. Okay. Call what? And what is the call of the infidels except an error? Surely we will help our messengers and those who believe in the world's life, and a day the witnesses will rise. Okay. A day in which no excuse will benefit the unjust, and to them the curse, and to them the evil home. Okay. And indeed, we gave Moses the guidance, and we bequeathed the book to the children of Israel, and a guidance and a reminder to those who have understanding. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't have understanding, you ain't going to get anywhere. And if you do have understanding, you're going to become stupid. Now, the reminder, I believe, is the zikah. And when that verse 15, I think it's 15:9 or 15:19, where Allah says he's going to be the guardian over the zikah. I like to say dhikah. I'm going to dhikah when I get home. Allah commands Muhammad to seek forgiveness for his sin. Muhammad only committed one sin? That boy committed more sins than I know how to count. So be patient. Now, anybody get the idea that he's talking to Muhammad? Because I have no clue who he's been talking to. I mean, I was reading about Moses and some guy that's a believer that's been hiding in a closet, and all of a sudden he wants to guide people. So be patient. Surely the promise of Allah is true. We still don't know what this promise is. And ask forgiveness for your sin, and praise with your Lord's praise in the evening and mornings. Now, Allah has praise. Interesting. Surely those who dispute in the verses of Allah without authority. So Allah has to give you authority so you can dispute his verses. So that means I have the authority to be disputing Allah's verses. Thank you, Allah. Without the authority he gave them, there is nothing in their chests except pride. But they will not achieve it. Achieve what? So seek refuge with Allah. Surely he is the hearing, the seeing. Okay, at least he took away, didn't say anything about the deer.
So you talked about repentance. I'm quite sure that this came up in previous, like the verses we just read. Surely those who dispute in the verses of Allah without authority he gave them. But didn't we just read something like this?
Yep. That's the problem. Sometimes he repeats himself like one verse to the next.
Yeah, I mean, this was, but so, all right. This is talking about, this is from 55 onwards here. It's no longer talking about Moses, right? It's talking about something else.
Well, no, because
apparently.
yeah.
But
well,
here, surely those who disputed the verses of Allah without authority he gave them.
So
is repeated just verses above.
I know we saw it somewhere. Yeah. No. Yeah, we read it. I'm not going to waste time. But according to Osama, this is 55 and 56. Now it's referring to Muhammad. So Allah is telling Muhammad to ask forgiveness for his sin. He only did one sin, ladies and gentlemen. Allah doesn't say ask forgiveness for your sins. Just one sin. And don't forget to praise Allah with Allah's praise. I don't know what Allah's praise is, but all ham due to Allah. All right, 57. The creation of the heavens and the earth is bigger than the creation of the people. Well, but most people do not know. Okay, well, you're not doing a good job, Allah. And the blind and the seeing are not equal. Oh, man. I need Allah to tell me that the blind and the
That is,
seeing are not
yeah.
equal.
This is the miracle of science in the Quran, that the blind and
I
seeing
mean,
are not
this
equal.
is something that you probably would say to like a 5-year-old who
No, no,
wouldn't
we
understand.
gotta call up Nadir Ahmed and tell him to take notes for his next debate.
Oh man, I already had my encounter with Nadir Ahmed a couple times. First time was over in Pal Talk. Second time was kind of like in a one-on-one private, and he got pissed off at me because I uploaded the video. And he sent me a cease and desist.
Wait, he sent you a cease and desist?
Yeah, well, I mean, we did have to. Well, we kind of agreed that we wouldn't upload it, but it was so bad that I did upload it. But then I
Like
guess
didn't he brag that he won like he always does?
no, not on that. Well, they all do. So my
Yeah.
question is, why do I need to be reminded that the blind and the seeing are not equal? Clearly, they're not equal. Hey, Rad. And those who believed and did good. See, now it's did good deeds. Before it was.
It was only the ones
Yeah,
who were
it was a good
believers.
deed, something like that.
Yeah. No, it was for good deeds, but the ones who were only believers.
Oh,
Now
okay.
it's, yeah.
Nor the evildoers little. Okay, let's read this again. And the blind and the seeing are not equal. Okay, and those who believed and did good deeds, nor the evildoer. Little is what you remember. That makes no sense. Okay, I got the first part, even though I think it's stupid. But after that, the end, those who believed and did good deeds, nor the evildoers. I mean, 58 starts off making sense. He's comparing a blind person to a seeing person and saying that they're not equal. Then he jumps and says, and those who believed and did good deeds, comma, nor the evildoers,
So,
comma, little is what you remember.
so the only thing that makes sense is the thing that is so stupid.
Yeah, that's it. It's almost like these three other parts don't belong here. Make it four. The and those who believed and did good deeds, that doesn't follow. Okay. Nor the evildoer, little is what you remember. None of that belongs in that sentence because it makes no sense. Surely the hour is coming. But wait a minute. That sounds like, the hour should have come by now. I mean, we are what, 1440 years into the future? And Allah is speaking like, urgency. There is no doubt in it. Okay. But most people do not believe. Okay. And your Lord said, call on me. I will answer you.
So,
Sure.
Dr. Kufar, you don't read the chats, the comments?
I'm sorry.
Do you read the
No,
because
I can't because I'm on a separate tab.
well,
So
Andrew made a good comment here, and Andrew is making comments all over. Thank you, Andrew, by the way. He said Muhammad's Freudian slip here. Blind are those who believed. Would make much more sense, right?
yeah, I mean it would be.
Yeah. So it would be a Freudian slip, yeah.
Yeah, Andrew always has some good one. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm on another tab because I'm reading because I can read it off of here, but only thing is I can't scroll. So when I go to my other tab, then I can't see what's going on. I need to get one of those dual. Maybe when I start getting, YouTube starts to pay me, which will be probably never. I could get those dual monitors and I can see everything. But for now, yeah, that's the best I can do, guys. So don't forget to buy me a cup of coffee because, man, I need some coffee after this. Okay, so surely the hour is coming. Okay, guys, it's coming. There is no doubt in it. But most people do not believe. Okay, and your Lord said, call on me. Okay, now who is he talking about?
Isn't there a song?
Call on me, and I'll be there, something like that. But here's the question. And your Lord said, call on me, and I will answer you. Now, I'm reading, I could be wrong, but I'm reading that this is saying, call on Muhammad, and I will answer you. Because if it was me, I would have said, and your Lord said, call on him, and he will answer you. Wouldn't that make more sense, Sam, Rad, the Kafir? It's almost like Muhammad is saying, hey, Allah said for you guys to call on me and I will answer you. Okay. Surely those.
If you call him,
Absolutely.
he'll come.
I mean,
Absolutely.
that's how I read it. Me and my limited Kafir brain. Surely, okay, call on, okay, and I will answer you. Surely those who are too proud to serve me, they will enter hell with disgrace. So wait a minute. If you don't serve Muhammad, you're going to go to hell? All right, 61. Allah is who made you the night. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. See what I mean? Allah is who made to you the night that you may dwell in it, and the day to see. But I don't dwell in the night. Okay. I mean, surely Allah is the possessor of bounty to the people. But most people do not give thanks.
Okay, so I gotta just say this. They always make this argument that Allah cannot enter creation. Here it says Allah is the possessor of bounty to the people.
Well, I also believe there's a verse that says Allah is the best inheritor, or Allah will inherit. Well, Allah can't inherit anything. Everything already belongs to him. You could only inherit something that somebody else leaves to you. So what am I leaving Allah? My kitchen table? Apparently people don't like giving Allah thanks. They're tired of hearing him. He's the dear, he's the forgiving, he's the all-seeing. This is Allah, your Lord, the creator of all things. There is no God except him. So how then are you turned away? I don't know who the hell is talking here. I don't see the Arabic word kul, and I don't see say. So how is an individual who picks up this book, has no clue about Islam, has no clue about Christianity or Judaism, and they read this miraculous miracle? I mean, the level of linguistic twist in here. How the hell would I know what the hell's going on? Who's talking? No idea. Because I'd hate to think that Allah is saying there is no God except him. Okay? That he just, a rendition of the Shahada. Likewise, turn away those who were disbelieving in Allah's verses. Okay.
Yeah,
Allah,
I think Allah is the reason people turn away from his verses.
all right, we dropped two more. I mean, dude. And can you believe that Muslims tell you that this book is perfect, that there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, and that you have to read it in Arabic? But then when I ask an Arabic speaker, they tell me the same crap. They're like, bro, this doesn't make sense in Arabic either.
They say, how then are you turned away? Well, how about, and there's a question mark there, right? So he's asking, yeah, I have a good answer. Because of your Quran, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you missed the earlier chapters. Like I said, chapter 26 is a doozy. You'll have to go to, I think it's in the playlist, other stuff to deal with Islam. I think it's called the rinse and repeat or copy and paste. Because I swear Allah just copied from one prophet to the other and just changed the name. Okay, Allah is who made the earth a resting place for you, and the heaven a structure. Okay, I guess he thinks that the heaven is solid. I mean, it's not a structure. A structure has to have pillars to hold it up. You know, you build a house, you got to have beams to hold up the, hold up the floors or hold up the roof. But okay, and he sawar. Let me see what is number 2 according to Osama. And okay, a non-Arabic word, Aramaic, Syriac origin, meaning formed. And he formed you, so he formed you best. Okay, woohoo! All right, he formed you best. So that means
Yeah.
there's somebody else.
Andrew says arches or
Huh?
structure.
Yeah.
Arches, yeah. It
And
means
yeah,
yeah.
and he well, it does say that there's pillars that you can't see. So there are pillars, because I know that's one of the things that Muslims like to crack up on the Bible, because I do believe it says something about pillars. This is Allah your Lord. Okay. All right, let's go back again. And he forms you, so he formed you, but he formed you the best. All right. And he provided for you from the good things. But if Allah formed you the best, how come we see all these, you know, all these issues? That is Allah your Lord, or this is Allah your Lord. So blessed be Allah. So blessed be Allah. Okay. The Lord of the worlds. Okay.
So this gotta be a slip, right? Because here's another like if we go up just so we can read the whole verse. 64.
Oh,
If you go up just a little bit.
okay.
Yeah. So Allah is who made the earth a resting place for you. So this sounds like Muhammad speaking through this verse, right? He's like talking about Allah. And here is like if Allah talks about himself in the third person here, then like this is he's saying this is Allah your Lord. Like
Yes, and that's a problem because this is supposed. Okay, so basically,
so blessed be Allah, the Lord of the world. Like wait, what? So Allah is blessing himself here. So blessed be Allah, the Lord of the worlds.
okay, you have two options here. Option A, this is Muhammad saying Allah is who made the earth a resting place for you, and the heavenly structure, and he forms you. Or it's Jibril saying to Muhammad, Allah is who made the earth and a resting place for you. Because Muslims will tell you that the Quran is the literal speech of Allah. So if this is the literal speech of Allah, yeah, see, that's the thing. Allah, if I would have turned in a paper where the majority of the time I'm speaking in the third person, man, I get a nice big juicy fat F. And this is just poorly communicated. But, you know, it is what it is. So we form, okay, this is Allah your Lord. So blessed be Allah, the Lord of the worlds. I thought this chapter was short, but I guess I was wrong. He is the, okay, 65. He is the living. Okay, so Allah lives. Woo-hoo. There is no God except him, so call on him, devoted and the religion to him. Okay. The praise be to Allah, the Lord of the worlds.
I mean, come on, like it's the next verse. You really had to repeat that one?
Yeah. Now, notice that in 66, it says, say. So this is Allah telling, I guess, Muhammad what he's supposed to say. Or Jabril is telling him, okay, this is what you're supposed to say. Say, surely I have been forbidden to serve those that you call on without Allah. Now, when I read this, okay, me and my legalese brain is telling me that it's okay to call on others as long as you include Allah when you're calling them. Right? Surely I have forbidden you to serve those that you call on Allah without Allah. Well, that tells me, hey, it's not forbidden for me to call on others if I include Allah in the calling. I mean, I think that would be fair.
Actually, that is exactly what it says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you read it, that's what it means. Hey, you're forbidden to call others without me. It's kind of like saying, hey, Sam, you're forbidden to play football without me. Or I should say, you're forbidden to play football with those kids over there without me. So that means you can play with those kids, but I have to be there with you. And this is my Dr. Kufar tafsir. That's how I read it.
No, but it is like without any tafsir, without any understanding of how much Muslim hate to be called committing shirk. This would be exactly how you interpret it.
Yeah,
Surely I
well,
have been forbidden to serve those that you call on without Allah. So you can still call upon them, but you have to include Allah.
right, which would be shirk, because that's what Muslims say. If you associate any partners with Allah, then you're committing shirk. But here, the way that Osama has this written, it's forbidden for you to serve those that you call on without Allah, which means it's not forbidden for you to serve those that you call on if you include Allah.
Islam does it again. It destroys itself with the Quran.
I'm telling you, Sam, I do not understand how intellectual people, people that are, coming out of the academia world, it's almost like they're book smart, but man, it's like they become stupid when they become a Muslim. All right, 66. What time is it? 7:32? Okay. We got to stop at 8. Okay, we read that already. Okay, surely I have been forbidden to serve those that you call on without Allah. When the proofs came to me from my Lord, I have been commanded to submit to the Lord of the worlds. What proofs came to Muhammad? And all of a sudden,
So
it went
how many times does he gonna say, "Well, a Lord of the Worlds"?
all over the place. All right, here we go. Embryology in the Quran, verse 67. And he is who created you from dirt, then from the nutfa, then from a clot, then brings you out of as a child. Then you may arrive to your strength. Then you may become elderly. And some of you will die before. Will die before what? Before you were born? Okay, but let's see this. You're created from dirt, then you're created from a nutfa, then
What is nutfa?
it's supposed to be either a little bit of water or a lot of water. Now they'll say that means semen. Okay. But here's the problem. It's like,
Paul is here, by the way.
hold on a
I don't know
second.
how to bring people up.
Yeah, I'm the only one that can bring him up. Hey, brother Paul.
Hi, I made it. Nutfa is a little bit of water or a lot of water.
Yeah.
So when they say it's sperm or something like that, they are either speaking out of ignorance or willful lying.
Yeah, but here's the problem, Paul.
Yeah.
He goes on in 67, says, okay, he is who created you from dirt. Okay, then from nutfa, then from a clot.
Yeah, this is the whole embryology story.
Then, but the problem is by using the word then
Mhm.
and saying from, it's almost like you're created. It doesn't make sense.
Well, this is okay. So you got to look at it. He creates you from dirt, okay. Then he creates you from nutfa. Then again, Allah doesn't understand one thing, the word create.
Right.
Create is supposed to be ex nihilo, which is out of nothing.
Right.
And because Allah doesn't understand that, when he writes this, he creates a belief structure called the embryology of the Quran, where you start out as something made from dirt. So that says your sexual activity was dirty. Then, for somehow dirt turns into water. Somehow water turns into a clot, which means it's dead. All right. And then brings you out as a child. So he skips a few steps there, brings you out as a child, because there's more steps.
Now, I think a better word would have been, he is who fashions you from dirt.
Well, if he understood the word create, that's what it comes down to. Allah is ignorant of what the word create means, or whoever the person is. I'm not going to give credit to a fake God, but it comes down to whoever wrote this. I keep saying learned Arabic as a second language, had no concept of what the word create means. And what we do know is that they were familiar with the concept of Gnosticism, and some of this comes from that, but it's just sad as it yeah.
Yeah, so okay, I mean the dirt would be Adam, but I don't know about the nufta, then the clot. Again, we're not created from water.
But he cannot be talking about Adam. He's talking about like individual.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
we're not created from dirt. Now, Adam, I could understand, but after Adam, we were all born. We weren't created. Okay, but then so after you're a clot, after he creates you from a clot, which like Paul says, a clot is something that's dead, it doesn't produce life, and it'll kill you dead as a doorknob, then brings you out as a child. So after a clot, you come out as a child. Woo-hoo. Then
you're dead, then he brings you back to life.
Yeah.
Or I mean, when I first read that concept, in the Quran, I'm thinking, well, Allah's really heavily into reincarnation.
I'm telling you.
We've seen numerous passages in the Quran that hint at that.
Okay, so you come out as a child, then you may arrive at your strength, which I don't know what that is. Then
I think the implication here is that they're going through stages of life now.
Okay.
Your strength would be someplace in your teens and early 20s.
Yeah, but Allah is a very poor communicator.
Well, you can't expect something from fake gods.
Then you may become elderly
because Allah doesn't know.
And some of you who will die before what? Become an elderly? Die before you become a child? I mean, who knows? Allah leaves you astray. No wonder. He's got to leave you astray, because if you really start paying attention to this crap, you'll just give Allah the finger. Okay.
I like this part. Some of you who will die before, and some of you who, so he's some of his people are going to die before. Yeah, you may reach again all these God of perhaps.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, perhaps you will understand why you died.
Well, this is the unenlightened, unintelligent, and the lack of intellectualism within a person classified as a god. I'm not saying the person is real. You can have fictional people. A god that can't understand things or know things is too small for me to worship. I'm sorry.
All right, 68. Here we go back. He is who gives life and causes death, so that if he decrees an affair, so surely he only says to it, fi fayakun, something like that. Be, so it will be. So it's going to take a while for it to be, because
so this is
so this is going to be in the future. not in the present. Have you not seen?
I would say 68 is a statement of hard determinism. He is who gives life and causes death, so that if he decrees an affair, so surely he says it. But this is the concept of hard determinism. There's fate and nothing else.
And Allah writes your fate before you're born. So much for that. Have you not seen those who dispute in Allah's verses how they turned away?
Because we were intelligent.
But again, he's talking like these people have seen these other people. Like when he keeps asking you, have you not seen how I punished the people in the past? No, I haven't seen how you punished them. I wasn't there.
To be fair,
that's because Allah doesn't know the difference between past, present, and future.
Yeah.
But if we go by today's standards, like Muslims have seen us turn away from Allah's verses. But the thing is, like, yeah, again, it's not our fault. Like,
Right.
I bet you if any Muslim come and read this with us, with like an open mind, they would
Well, we
probably
did
do the
have.
same.
Well, you missed Bubza. He was here on.
Well, how did that go? I never even asked.
Yeah, I was here. I was actually in the audience listening in.
You didn't see the show, Paul?
I haven't yet. I got to go back and listen.
Well, let's
he didn't last long.
Yeah, let's just say if you listen to our debate discussion, whatever,
I did.
You kind of get the idea. I mean, it was
probably argumentative.
Well, no, he wasn't really argumentative.
Really?
No. Actually, he's pretty good. I guess. Unless you get on his bad side, but he was actually pretty civil.
I'll tell you, he left that debate really impressed with how you treated him. So I thought that would be. I think this is the point. We want more Muslims to do what we're doing. We're not trying to call you liars or anything. It's our hope that you do read the Quran and find out what ask the same questions. We don't have to ask questions because that's important.
I mean, look at all the translations. If you go to a website like Islam Awakened, read all the difference, and right off the bat, you can tell a lot of those translations, they really embellished it because you don't even have to know the Arabic. But if you see a verse that only has 6 Arabic words and the guy is giving you 2 sentences, then you know there's lots of fluff in there. And that's because it doesn't make sense in the Arabic. Okay, so we did the Allah's verses how they turn away. Okay, those who denied the book, we don't know what book, and what we sent our messengers with. I don't know, what did he send the messengers with? So they will know what? When the shackles are on their necks, ooh, that doesn't sound good. I guess he's talking about the Day of Judgment stuff. So when the shackles are on their necks and they are dragged with, I'm assuming that's chains. Number 3, chains. See, look at that. I was right. Aramaic. It's an Aramaic word, not an Arabic word.
What's
So those who are dragged with chains in the hammam, then they will be thrown into the fire. Ooh, barbecue. And then it was said to them, where is what you were partnering without Allah?
I mean, so where did they get this part of partnering here? Because I don't see where that, so he's punished them before he's even asked them. Now, see, this is the reverse. You get punished before you get accused of the crime.
But you know what's funny is as I pointed out earlier, if you read 73, then it was said to them, where is what you were partnering without Allah? It almost seems to imply that it's okay to partner. You just got to include Allah. If you include Allah, you're okay. Guys,
yes, I agree with you on that. That's
Muhammad
what it says.
Screwed you over. When he got rid of the 359 pagan gods, he screwed you over because Allah says, hey, you just got to include me in there. I don't want to be alone. Please partner me with somebody.
Okay, so again, the partnering concept from Allah's perspective as having sex.
Yeah, it could be. Okay,
I mean, that's what when he says, "I don't have any partners, so I can't have a baby."
Yeah, there
That's
you
what
go. That's
he's
what he
talking
said.
about sex.
You know, how can I have a son when you know, I don't have a consort, a wife, a girlfriend, whatever?
Well, I think it was partner.
I believe the word is consort.
Okay.
For that particular verse. Some of them say wife, I guess. I'll have to see. Okay. They said, they are gone astray from us. Yet we did not call on anything before. Okay. So why is Allah punishing them if they didn't call anything before? Likewise, Allah leads the infidels astray.
So it's Allah's fault.
Yeah.
That we ask questions about the Quran.
Absolutely. We're infidels because, hey, Allah gave us permission to be infidels. Because remember,
no, Allah's caused us to be infidels.
Right.
That's what it says right here.
I'm reading the Quran with Allah's permission because he decided to not guide me and make me an infidel. And as an infidel, I'm doing what infidels do.
So here's the other thing about this. Allah leads the infidels astray. Isn't that something Satan does too?
Yeah.
So Allah has the same qualities as Satan, which would really make Allah Satan.
Yeah. Or Satan could be his twin. There's also the verse where Allah is going to cause hate between the Christians. Well, guess who else? Who else causes hate between people? Ooh, I don't know.
Satan.
Yeah. Huh. Look at that. Allah has a throne.
Yeah, but not only that, you're doing exactly what you're supposed to do as an infidel, like based on Allah's saying here, that you open up the Quran, you read the verses, and you ran away.
Yeah.
Right. So he led you astray. He knew what he was doing when he was writing this.
So. Yeah. So likewise, Allah leads the infidels astray. That is because you were rejoicing on the earth without the truth, and because you were frolicking. Woohoo! Okay.
Okay, we're rejoicing on the earth because we're not stupid enough to follow Allah. I'm sorry. It takes some stupidity when you look at these verses.
All right. Enter the doors of hell. Abide in it forever. So evil is the abode of the proud. So be patient. Why am I patient? Patient for what? Surely the promise of Allah is true, so that we may show you some of that which we promised them, or we will cause you to die.
So what was the promise of Allah? Did anybody see it?
I have not seen the promise of. Well, I mean, if he's talking about you get the couches, you get the beds that face each other, so you're going to be facing each other while you're sleeping. You get the couch, you get the gold bracelet, you get the silk threads.
But there's nothing in this particular passage that tells us.
Yeah,
Paul,
in the entire chapter, have you seen anything there?
No.
Paul, it says be patient.
Yes, you got to be patient.
Okay. Surely the promise of Allah is true, so that we may show you some of which we promised, or we will cause you to die. So Allah is threatening us and telling us about a promise, which he won't tell us what it is. So be patient. But be patient when we're supposed to wait that Allah's going to actually keep a promise for the first time. I thought he was into breaking promises.
How is Muhammad going to show you what you're going to get in heaven?
Well, it can't be Muhammad.
Oh, how's Allah going to show you what you're going to get in heaven unless you've died and he's resurrected you? I mean, what is he going to show you a vision of a gold bracelet and a couch and all of this stuff?
Good questions.
I mean, see, and this is what I try to tell Muslims or anybody. I was the same way with my son. Think, don't just take everything for granted. I don't care if the guy's got a PhD and whatever. If you don't think what he's saying is correct, then check it yourself.
Well, again, if you don't think what someone's telling you is correct, do your own research.
Yeah.
Don't just accept what someone's telling you. I tell that to students all the time, adults and children, whatever. Don't do that. I mean, that's extremely important. You don't trust. You're not. I mean, pastors will tell you, you're supposed to be reading the scripture along with them. And then, if the pastor's telling you something that you don't think is true, you go tell them. That's the job of every Christian believer.
This is the thing that I believe has failed our kids and even our young adults going to college. We stopped teaching kids how to think. We've made them into test-taking robots. They can't think. Math, I'm telling you, if you took away the cash registers or the computer registers, 99% of these people would not be able to give you back change.
Oh, I was, I remember being marveling the first day I saw when I saw a register that told me how much change to give. Yeah. I remember being shocked because, we had these old registers from the, let's say, turn of the century.
Here's the thing. Let's say you give them some change after they open up the cash register. Let's say,
I teach as a young manager at McDonald's. I had to teach kids how to count change.
Yeah. It's like, oh man, you gave me a nickel. Why'd you give me a nickel? I gave you a nickel so you can give me back $1. Oh man. And indeed, we sent messengers before you. Some of them we narrated to you, and some of them we did not narrate to you. Well, 124,000 messengers. You know how?
So wait a minute. I thought he gave each one of them a book. So now we're talking about narration. So they're not getting a book; they're getting a story told to them.
No. You're misunderstanding, you Captain. Okay. What Allah is saying is that some of the prophets he told you about, he narrated to you, and some of them, I guess they weren't worthy enough to get a little note in the book.
They don't get any mention then.
But could you imagine 124,000 and Allah only mentions 25? And out of the 25, 5 of them aren't prophets. 3 of them, nobody knows who they are. And it was not for a messenger to bring with a sign except by Allah's permission. But Muhammad brought no signs. Oh yeah, wait a minute. The Quran is his sign. So when the command of Allah came, he judged with the truth, and thereupon the liars lost. Okay?
That doesn't make any sense.
No.
You could drop this last part, and thereupon the liars lost. So when the command of Allah came, he judged the truth, might make more sense. But you add this, and it's like they put something in. Again, this is that poet, sounds good because it might be poetry, but they killed it.
All right. I think we'll finish this chapter and we'll call it a night. Okay. Allah is who made the livestock for you. We've read this before. To ride on some of them, and for some of them you eat. Okay. 80. And you will have benefits in them, and that you will reach on, what's number 4? Attain through, and that you will attain through them a needs in your chests. What?
Okay.
And on them and on the ships you will be carried. Okay.
So you will have benefits in them, and that was referring to livestock.
Right.
So you get benefits from eating livestock. Okay, yeah, it's true. You can at least do that. You will reach on, what was 4 again?
4 was attain through. And you will attain through them a need on your chests. I don't know what that means.
I have no idea what they're saying there.
And on them and on ships you will be carried. Okay, I got that, but I don't understand.
It doesn't make any sense.
So according to Andrew, he says Allah creates the ships here?
Yes. Yes, Allah created the ships. You didn't know that?
Yeah. But there's nothing here indicating it. And that's the only thing I'll say. There's nothing here telling us Allah is creating ships. Because it mentions ships.
Yeah.
But it doesn't tell us he's creating.
He says here he made the livestock, so we could imply that he also made the ships.
Well, but again, that's one thing for him to make livestock. It's another thing for him to make a ship. Because there's nothing they're indicating he made a ship.
No, I got it. I got it. Listen,
Yeah.
because he created livestock. Some of them you can eat, right, and some of
Yeah.
them you ride. And at the same time, he created boats. Some of them you can eat, and some of them you can ride.
That's what I'm getting at. Yeah. Because if we follow that reasoning, then you're going to eat ships. Thank you very much for doing that. I appreciate that. But that's Islamic reasoning. I mean, it's full of fallacious reasoning. And boy, I'm still. I finished listening to that debate today, and I was just like, wow.
Yeah.
Well
I asked him if he would love to do the Quran mistakes, and apparently he's not learned enough on that. So he wanted to compare the hereafter between Christianity and Islam. I'm like, no, thank you. I can, in maybe 2 or 3 sentences, I can tell you what the hereafter of Muslims are. Oh, and by the way, when you go to Allah's heaven, there's no need to worship Allah. All this worshiping that you've been doing, banging your head 5 times a day, when you get to Allah's heaven, Allah who? You're going to be too busy banging. You ain't got time to worship your creator. Stupidity of Muslims, I'm telling you.
You'll be doing, yeah. You're banging, but you're banging something else.
Yeah. And I don't understand that
but it's not a human.
I don't understand number 4. And you will reach on, and you will, what is that, number 4? And you will attain through them a need in your chests. What the hell does that mean?
That's where, yeah, we were back there. That was my first part with that it didn't make sense.
I mean, I got the livestock. Some of them you ride. Some
the
of
livestock
them you
makes
eat,
some sense, but this doesn't follow.
But
and then you got the ships that come through. So you've got, okay, it's almost like somebody who has problems with clear and consistent thought. It's definitely somebody who has logic problems in their head. So that means some kind of mental illness.
Either they were doing this to sound, like in a poetic sense, because Muslims do say the Quran is written like if it was a poem, to make it.
You know what? Actually, I wanted to ask you about that. Like, either it loses all of its poetry when you translate it into English, or that's a lie. Like, nothing in this is anything like.
Well, my thoughts are the people who consider it poetry are people, like, I think if they think a sound is pretty, hear what I'm saying? A sound can be pretty. I'm not talking about, there's a difference between words being pretty and a sound being pretty. We talk about, when words rhyme, and we talk about meter and how those things can be pretty and can create music. You have to remember that Muhammad didn't like music. So there's no music allowed to accompany this. You could sing-song this, which again is music, but it's only allowed if it praises Allah. So even your vocal music is prohibited unless it's in praise to Allah. And some of this, when you're reading this, so I want you to think about this. If you were going to sing-song this, you tell me if this sounds like you would be praising Allah. Allah is he who made the livestock for you to ride on some of them, and from some of them you eat, and you will have benefits in them that you will reach on them in your need in your chest and on them. Does this sound like praise to Allah, or am I trying to make Allah into an idiot?
Well, I think Allah does a good job.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. If you sing-song this, you're telling everybody Allah's an idiot. So it's not necessarily. This is where I don't even think this could be vocally song. It's just.
Well, maybe in Arabic, because I do have to admit, listening to not every single passages, but listening to some of the Quran, you can see it's got a flow to it. But when you read it, like, what the hell is this guy saying? Because I don't think like I said, this is probably so that it's easier to memorize when given the fact that, 40-50% of it is repeating itself, and you might add a few new words to it, like in chapter 26, where all you got to do is, as long as you remember the meat Just replace the prophet, and you're okay.
So
All right.
basically, it's an epic rap battle.
Yeah. So 81. Yeah, it's a rap. It's a rap contest. And he shows you his signs. So which of Allah's signs will you deny? Have they not walked on the earth?
I want to answer that one. All of them.
Yeah. Have they not walked on the earth? Again, where are we supposed to walk? Seriously, Allah. So they see how again, there he goes again. Have they not walked on the earth? So they see how the end was.
So past tense to present tense. He doesn't know.
But here's the thing. You keep asking people, have they not seen what happened to the people before them? No, they have not seen.
Wait, isn't this, according to Sharia, this is asking them to bear false witness? So have they not? I mean, because the Sharia says if you don't see something, if you don't taste it, if you don't, there's nothing you can bear witness to. So have you not seen? To say that they can would be bearing false witness. So
seriously.
I was asking you to. I mean, it's basically illogical, but it's also I guess I would say suborning perjury.
I mean, this is like, why are you asking me about things that happened in the past that I have no recollection of, I have no knowledge of, unless I read it or somebody tells me about it.
Or again, this could be another example of Allah doesn't know what a word means.
Yeah, Allah doesn't know about history. That's how okay.
We've talked about them being chronologically inept. Maybe this is another example of that.
This is also a repetition of what we read, Sam. They were more than them. They were more than them. They were more than who? And greater power and traces on the earth. What the hell is that?
It doesn't make any sense at all. We don't know who the them is. We don't know why he mentioned greater power. And where does traces on the earth come in? I mean, what does that traces on the earth of what?
I don't know, bones or something?
Could be worms.
Could be. So so what they were earning, it did not enrich them. Okay. I thought Allah was a good okay. So when their messengers, now again, if Allah says that he only sends a messenger, and this is one of the things that I got into with Bubba towards the end. I asked him, why is Allah saying that he sent messengers to a nation? When in another verse, and I gave him the verse, Allah says, to every nation he sends a messenger from among the people. But here it says, when their messengers came to...
Hey, one second. It seems like you have a bot in the chat.
Yeah,
I'll take care of that.
See, they must have heard me talking about couches and wine and all of that. Yeah, I got to learn how to do a bot, so then I can, yeah, okay. Can't give away my secret yet. Okay, so when their messengers came to them with the proofs, yeah, I usually report them also. They rejoiced with what they have of the knowledge, and what they were scoffing at afflicted them. I don't know how that even makes sense. So when they saw our torment, they said, okay, I guess he's talking I guess he's talking way in the future, in the day of judgment, because otherwise it would make no sense. So when they saw our, okay, but wait a minute. Is R also can be used for singular?
Say it again. Which verse are we reading?
The word R. It's our car. Can that also be used as a singular?
Okay, I'm trying to find it. I'm sorry.
Verse 84. So when they saw our
torment.
Yeah, our torment.
That's
that be
plural.
singular?
So when they saw our torment.
Okay, so wait a minute.
This is the plural. The first person plural.
Okay, so torment. There is a first. Okay, see that is one of the things that I had problems with English. First person plural. I'm thinking,
but that's the stuff. I'm so glad that this is not your first language, because it helps us provide examples about why me as an educator, why I think the person who wrote the Quran learned Arabic as a second, third, or fourth language.
See, because when I see that word, I'm thinking plural.
Yeah, it's plural, but you were thinking A-R-E, I think.
No. I was talking about that one.
Oh, it's
The
a plural,
O-U-R.
but it's first person plural.
See, that's
When they
what I
saw
don't
our
understand.
tournament,
See,
our tournament.
see, when you say first person plural, I don't quite grasp that because I'm like,
So
but
first person,
is it referring to one
I,
person or
we,
multiple persons?
we. This is so. When they saw our, this is 3, 4, 5. It can be 2 in English. It can be 2, but you
Can it
have to
be
look.
only one?
It can't be 1.
It can't.
No.
Okay, that's my point. And if it can't be one, and this is Allah speaking, who's the other? Who's the other one or the others?
No,
So
so
when
you
they
can
saw our,
say torment as a singular. The problem here is
who's
that
No.
wait, 83. When they have the knowledge of what they were scoffing at afflicted them. So who's speaking here? Wait a minute. So when their messengers came to them with the proofs, they rejoiced with what they have knowledge, and what they were scoffing at afflicted them. So it sounds like they were rejoicing that they didn't follow Allah, is what it sounds like to me. And so I don't see what the affliction is, except for they have intelligence. So when they saw our torment, it says. So who's speaking here? If it's not Allah, which we're told that all the Quran is Allah's speech, correct?
Yeah.
When they saw our torment, they said.
so it should be their torment, right? So when they saw their torment.
Well, my problem that I have with 84
I don't think
is the R.
So the problem here is the word. I would say there's 2 problems here. We don't know who is speaking. Number one, that's a major problem.
Well, that's got to be Allah because Allah's the only one that can torment. So when they saw, but the problem that I have is with the word that comes after saw.
Okay, so if it's our torment, Allah is a plural.
Right. That was my exact point, because it's not a we, even though I don't like the royal we crap, but it's not a we. Okay, it's an R, which means there's somebody else that torments you besides Allah. Okay, you know, that's why I keep asking you, is there like a royal we and a royal us?
No,
and a royal R?
that works, but again, the royal we only works when it's a human referring to. I mean, the royal we is in the Bible. The royal we is not used by God. There is a difference, because in the Bible, the God is a plural. Okay, what I mean by that is God is a united one.
All right.
Okay, that is a huge difference. The word echad, I'm probably, it's as best as I can pronounce it, echad, E-C-H-A-D, and there's some guttural in there. That is only ever used for the word for the times when it means united one. That's in Deuteronomy 6:4, which is the Shema, which is the foundation of all Judaism. So when we get here, and they use whenever we see plurals all the time used for Allah. See, Allah says he has no partners, and then he uses the word our. And this is just an example of, again, the person who wrote the Quran did not know Arabic as a first language, yet they insist that this is the only way you can understand the Quran, by knowing Arabic. So really, you want us to learn Arabic so we can be more confused, because this is just the same translate. This is just bad.
And I also hate languages that are very guttural, because I can't do it.
Hebrew, I like. It makes
like German.
Yeah, German. I didn't learn German, but I Hebrew. There's some beauty to it. I love it. I only took 12. I took 12 credits undergrad and 5 graduate. I loved it.
Marion said something she said, "I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out Muhammad did include Allah with the other gods, and later Abdul's came up with this hyper oneness monad God to fix Muhammad's self contradictions." I think this is like a passage we're looking at right now, right? That is exemplifying exactly this.
Yeah. All right, let's finish this bad boy. So when they saw our torment, they said, "We believed in Allah alone." Okay. And we became infidels in what we were partnering with. So their belief did not profit them when they saw our torment.
I mean, it almost looks like if I listen to this phrase, "our torment," I'm looking for who's being tormented, and we're not being. I mean, there's a reference
That's a
earlier.
good point. Are they witnessing the R who was being tormented?
Our is when they say our torment here. This is where it's highly. I mean, we say Allah is a bad communicator. You have to go all the way back up to verse 83 and take a look. This is where I don't see any torment. I'm going scoffing at. They were okay. It says the best part. The only player I can come close to seeing torment, which again it's bad. You have to guess that this is what they're referring to as torment. It says scoffing at afflicting them. All right. That's at the end of 83. So when the messengers came to them with the proofs, they rejoiced with what they have knowledge of, and what they were scoffing at afflicted them. Okay. So the torment, is it that we're laughing at you for telling us these things? Is that Allah's torment, that we're laughing at you? Okay. If Allah is the God who makes you laugh, that works. So when they saw our laughter, oh, wait a minute. We believed in Allah alone. They said we believe. Okay, we're laughing at the people who speak about Allah. Read this Quran. That might work. But why would we believe in Allah? It's just that would make me laugh more. Yeah. But there's no torment in 83, so you have to really sit there and go, who's being tormented? Because there was no torment in 83. So we don't know where this torment is. We don't know who's being tormented. It could be Allah being tormented because we're laughing.
It could be.
That's what I think is going on, because 83 basically refers to people laughing.
That's a very good point that I didn't even think about. It could be that the person who's talking is talking about their own torment.
Well, this would be Allah being tormented.
I think you guys are saying this, that Allah is a stand-up comedian and he has such a bad jokes.
Could be.
Well, in fact, that is, Sean, that is exactly what I have been saying. Allah can't tell a full story. He doesn't have that ability. He's like the guy who keeps forgetting the punchline. He never finishes a story. Every time he uses the word parable, he only gives you a piece of the story, never gives you the morals. Allah doesn't get a full picture ever.
See,
and then when he tries, he messes the story up.
It would have made more sense if the verse said, "So their belief did not profit them when they saw the torment that awaited them."
Well,
you can always fix the Quran, but the problem is the author needs some major medical help.
Okay, the custom of Allah, which we still don't know what the custom of Allah is. I didn't know Allah had a custom. The custom of Allah, which indeed has passed to his servants, and the infidels are lost thereupon. That makes no sense.
So this is another problem. Because, again, I'm glad you pointed out. To say that Allah has customs says that Allah is human.
Right.
And that's a problem for Arabic. Again, this is a problem for... If Allah has customs, again, Allah is human.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to conclude. I did go 14 minutes over.
41.
Okay. So we'll pick up on the chapter called Expounded. Don't know what that means. And it starts off with the same.
I read Exposed.
And it starts off with the same two unknown Arabic letters that nobody knows what it means. So thank you, folks, for coming. Hey, we did have 11, so that's good. I don't know what happened to my other guests. They dropped out. Andrew, Sly-Fi, Marion.
Andrew, I love it. The custom is inherited from polytheism.
All right, let's put that up there so it gets saved in the live chat. All right. See, I made you famous, Andrew. Made you famous. Oh yeah, Chris Claus is at 9:00, so I might listen for a half an hour. This old man has got to sleep. Now I know I sound handsome and young, but trust me, I am the oldest one here on this panel. That doesn't say much. Okay, Sam, it's a pleasure to see you here. It's a pleasure to see you over on Clubhouse. Anytime I have a show, just feel free to come on. It's always good to have more different viewpoints because, like, Paul caught something that I didn't really catch, and it does make sense. Sleep, yeah. Listen, do you ever sleep, Marion? Because I know right now it's what, 2:15 in the morning wherever you're at. Are you like retired? Because I wish I was retired. Because at 2:00 in the morning, trust me, I'm having my third dream. Okay. All right. God bless you guys. Thank you for coming. Thank you for moderating. I'm going to have to add some more mods, but I'm not able to be on YouTube. All right. Let me shut this off. Okay. I'll talk to you in the backstage, Paul, because you had mentioned something. All right. Let's end the broadcast. I am trying to work on an exit video, but I haven't quite gotten to it yet. All right, let's end it and let's call it a night. Alhamdulillah. I'm my own boss working on something that must be finished tomorrow. Well, hey, listen, as long as you're making enough money to pay for what you need, God bless you. I wish I could do that. I'm trying, but I haven't been successful yet. Now let's end the broadcast. Thank you guys. We'll see you again on episode number 56.